Alright, so let's do this. Alright, so what were we just, we were talking about a similar operator, if
Yeah.
we were to sign it?
So I want approval. That's basically what I'm saying.
Okay.
Whoever you give the story away to when you leave, I wanted just that
So,
final approval.
at that point, we go through 24 years. At that point,
Yeah.
then we start to have losses.
Okay.
We can assign. We don't need approval for that, but we do need approval on who we assign it to,
Yes.
so that we can protect.
The store, the mall after you leave.
Right. So that it's going to be a similar operator.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
So just approval of the guy, not the decision itself.
Mm-hmm. And I can agree to the 24 years.
Okay.
So this is for assignment, net loss of term of control after 24 years.
You want me to start typing this up, actually?
We
you can change it still.
Sure,
I mean,
you can start
this will by
typing.
no way be like you're not held to this.
Right.
I'm just gonna because we're gonna email him after save time.
Okay. Do we email him after we write the paper or right away?
I think it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think everything
We'll
is due
email him
tomorrow.
with the thing right away, and then we'll write the paper.
So for assignment, can you just repeat what you have for me? So option. Let me just put what's on the board. Option to open. No, that's.
No, that was what the concession that was given for it.
Okay.
So it was for the first 24. So for under assignment for the first 24 years.
For the first 24 years.
Summit needs an expressed written approval.
Summit needs expressed written approval
from right.
From right. To assign their space to someone else.
Space. Yep.
After 24 years?
After that 24 years, if Summit has 2 subsequent years of net loss. What?
Okay, that's fine.
Is that okay with you?
That's okay.
If they have 2 subsequent years of net loss, they can assign the space if they choose to.
After 24 years, if Summit has 2 subsequent years of losses.
Mm-hmm. Net losses, like net income,
Okay.
but net loss. Like
yeah,
we just have to make sure that that's understood.
Net losses.
Yep. They can choose to assign.
May choose to assign without consent.
But right, they need express written approval from right.
But the assignee
choice
needs to be approved by right.
Yeah, the company assigned but needs to be approved by right.
The company to whom the space is assigned to needs to be approved by right to maintain character of mall and have a similar anchor.
Yeah. A similar operator as anchor.
Yeah.
Right?
Similar operator as an anchor. Okay.
So then for what's next? Use?
I mean, I just for the last one, I just want the rights to just be able to take it as well.
What does that mean?
Just right will be given the right to take back the rental space, so it's perhaps compensation to Summit. So like instead of you directly giving it to the assignee, I can just say, okay, you give it back to me, I'll pay you for it, and then I'll deal with finding the assignee.
After 24 years, if right has, or if Summit has 2 years of loss, it can choose, or it can choose to assign, but upon that choice, right can choose to just take it back.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So upon Summit's
subject to compensation for
Summit's
closing costs.
Upon Summit's
sales.
Upon Summit's decision to assign after 24 years.
Yeah.
Right reserves the right to take the space and provide compensation, including, what is it?
Closing costs and lost sales and profits.
Okay. Just for these lost sales and profits, it's not for the future, right? Because I mean,
It's for
because I kind of don't understand that. Because like, why would I, if you decided to leave, why would I be compensating you for like the business
you're
losing
right.
now?
So in this case, it would just be for closing costs
Yeah.
because yeah, we're leaving
Yeah.
on our own accord.
Closing costs. I think we can leave that for now. Come back
Yeah,
to it if
I think
necessary.
that sounds good.
For subletting, one thing I didn't discuss. So just to kind of have that main anchor, I just kind of wanted to like limit the space because it's massive to like 5% of the space you can sublet, so you would still be the anchor of the mall. And let's say not more than like 1 or 2 subletters who are still within your area, like still high-end stores.
Well, we're doing that vote to
Yeah, to choose for who comes in.
right,
But we didn't decide on how much space
right.
or how many potentially in total may come in.
I think we should do it in terms of space, not necessarily in terms of how many.
Yeah, but the problem with that would be for the character of the mall. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a concern for me, and I don't want 10 different stores in a small space just because it's economically viable for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Where is
Just what the professor said was that we do need an anchor.
yeah.
So we don't want a scenario where it doesn't fit the image and there is no anchor. So if there's like no clear anchor and instead it's just a group of random stores in the middle of the mall, that strongly doesn't work for me.
Right. So what if? Well, we're limiting it to a certain percentage of the character. What if we do this first bullet? Like, Summit will be allowed to sublet, but the character of the use must be maintained. Subtenants might operate as departments within a department store rather than as independent operators.
Okay.
So we have the subletters operate as departments.
So there's the whole no separate entrance thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So Summit can sublet, but character.
Summit will be allowed to sublet, but the subtenants must operate as departments within a department store rather than as independent operators.
Subtenants must operate as
departments of the anchor.
As departments of the anchor, as opposed to separate entities.
Right. They won't have separate entrances.
They will not have separate entrances and just maintain the image of the anchor and the mall. High-end.
They will fit in.
And fit in.
Yeah.
And fit in the image of the high-end / luxury character of the mall and anchor.
Anything else? That
one? Yeah, it was you can't make like unfair competition.
Oh, the price.
Yeah.
The sublet stores will be charged.
The sublet stores will not be charged. Will not be charged less.
Will not be charged less
Charged
for
less.
space.
Will not be charged lower rates.
Yep.
For space as compared to the satellite stores.
Yes. In order to create fair competition.
To avoid unfair competition.
To avoid unfair competition. Yeah, because we're not necessarily trying to create
Avoid
competition,
unfair.
but we want them to be on the same
competition.
plane.
So how much of the space were you looking to?
Oh yeah, the space requirements. So you wanted 5%.
Yeah, because I just think we need an anchor.
Can we do 15%? I don't seem to like that idea.
Yeah, because the one thing that I know is that we want the anchor to remain an anchor, so we want as minimal space as possible to be something else.
Okay. Because they're only going to be departments within the anchor. They're not going to be even named. What if we meet in the middle and do 10%, like at maximum? Because they won't have entrances.
Don't you think that's a little too much though, as an anchor to have 10%?
I don't think so, because in this format, right?
Yeah.
Because they're departments within a department store. So you have Summit, and then you will go into a different like department of Summit. But as far as the
But it's like the idea with the restaurant though, no? Because the restaurant is part of Summit, but it's under use. So the idea was sublet, and it's going to be a completely different company that's going to be in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So the products will not be ours; they'll be someone else's. But as far as the customer will,
but they will definitely brand. They will brand. They will put up a sign. They will say this is who we are. They will have a different vibe. They will have a different color, a different theme. You know what I mean? So that's where my problem about this is.
Okay, so yeah, I see. I don't think that they will be doing that because it's going to be the products, but they're not. It's not like it's going to be a Bayside in there where they're like they have this huge presence and they're gonna create their own store within the store.
Yeah, that's my problem.
It's just gonna be. So when it says it's a department within a department store, what does that mean? Does that mean that?
I mean, the way I see it is that it's a separated section of your part. So my problem with it is that will it fit the image? Will it look good? Because you will have a theme, you will have colors that just go with all your stuff. So if this other company comes in, let's say your colors are light blue and white, and they come in and they're red and orange, all of a sudden it's this disruption in the image.
So what if we keep it at 5%? But see, the thing is that with the departments in a department store, I kind of picture it as being seamless. So you can't tell there's another.
That's what we want. That's what I want. I want it.
Well, isn't that what we said? That it will be a department within a department store.
Yeah, but
and we can add a section that will seamlessly fit into the store, like so that it appears to be just more of the store, like something like that.
Okay. All right. Look,
does that work or not?
Because it's hard to like quantify that. You know what I'm saying? Like the first I will read that, and it's gonna be like, what does this mean though? Like seamless. There's no specifics in the contract because it's not exactly enforceable.
Okay. So but you still think 10% is too high?
Okay. How about this? I give you 5% unrestricted, but if you want that 10%, I have the option to take in the extra 5% and do what I will. But the other 5% has to be one store.
Okay, so
you can't have like 3 different stores in it.
Okay, so 5% subletting can be done however.
Yeah, as long as I approve as well that the tenant is fitting the character of the mall. But the next 5%, if you really wanted to sublet that, I could take it off your hands and do that for you. And you would still.
Is that determination of does it fit the character?
Yes.
Is that the 40-40-20 vote? Okay. And then the other 5%, you choose the company? Is that what you're saying?
I basically it's like you sublet it to me.
Oh.
So I would sublet it to someone else, but at least I know that it's not going to be a store. So I have control basically of that second 5%.
So are you saying that you take back that space, like the last?
It's kind of like the assignment deal where I take it back, yes. but I don't take it back, you still decide how long you want to sublet it to me. It's like, just look at me as your sublettee. So instead of you subletting it to a different store, you just be subletting it to me, and I will indirectly be subletting to a different store.
But we'd still make the same profit and
Yeah.
revenue as
Yeah.
if it had been.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
So your profit is protected, and my worry of the character is protected.
Right. Okay.
So how should I put this? Can sublet up to 5% of space to choice of sublettee, subject to approval, and okay, and optional extra 5% subletting.
That option is optional to Summit, where they can say we want
Yeah.
another 5%, we don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's optional to Summit with a built-in option for right to take. So we get the first say that, like, no, we want it. So with the option, built-in option for right to take on the sublet and compensate Summit while choosing a suitable store. I think that's fair.
Mhm. Is that everything for subletting?
Just make sure. So the character of the mall subtenants operate as departments within the department store. Summit will be limited by the amount. Provisions can be made to allow right to take back some of all the space.
Okay.
So what's left is
Is it use?
use.
Okay.
Just quickly get that out of the way as well.
So use is Summit has full control to use pending a vote between Summit, right, and the satellite tenants
Okay.
that determines.
Sorry, start again. My bad.
Well, hold on, before you write anything. So
Yeah.
basically what's going to happen is we have control, but to do anything, we need to have a vote between us, the satellite tenants, and you, 40-40-20,
Mm-hmm.
to protect, to determine that our changes do not.
Negatively affect the character of the mall or incite unnecessary competition.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I think that's good.
Okay.
So Summit has full control over use. Or
Oh,
full.
we didn't put that in the subletting though.
But I know where it goes in. You said, it basically said pending approval, and instead of pending approval, it's pending the vote, right?
But that was just for the extra 5%. This would be for the initial.
The vote is for the initial.
I think, okay, it's fine.
We'll go back to it.
Yeah. So the use.
So Summit has full freedom to use the space as it chooses.
Well, it's not full.
Pending the vote,
Okay.
right?
I mean, full freedom and pen vote is different, but.
Well, that's what it's. So it has full freedom, except for the vote.
Okay.
How do you want to word it?
Okay. So I would say that Summit has the flexibility. Summit has the flexibility to use the space as needed, provided that it obliges with the character of the mall and the happiness of the satellite tenants, and this will be confirmed through a vote.
Okay.
After the proposal is made by Summit.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, and we'll have to explain that the vote is 40,
Yeah.
20, and it will.
Summit has freedom to use the space as needed, provided it does not conflict with the character of the mall and the satellite stores. This will be determined by a vote where Summit has 40%, say, Right has 40%, and the swing vote of 20% would be held by the satellite stores to protect everyone's interest. Everyone's interest regarding potential new developments.
And you said that it protects the character of the mall and the
Yeah,
unnecessary
I put that in.
competition. Okay.
Did I? Telling the goal with some arrangements and the character of the mall. I just put and satellite stores. Okay, so I'm gonna put does not conflict with the character of the mall or promote.
Unnecessary competition with satellites.
Yeah, promote unnecessary competition with the satellite stores.
Okay.
Okay. Did
The last.
we put the restaurant anywhere?
Oh yeah. That would go under use.
So option.
So someone has the option to put in a high end restaurant.
To put in I'm just thinking for the space.
Or to use part of their space.
There should be like kind of like, don't you think?
Like a size thing?
Yeah. Because like if you decide to make the whole mall,
how big
know?
is the space?
I wasn't sure exactly, but I understand it's massive.
Should we say like 10%?
I don't think a restaurant would be 10%. Because if you can sublet 5% to like a couple companies.
But the subletters are really small, I think.
You think?
You're talking, like, when I think of subletting, I'm thinking like a desk where they sell perfume. Whereas with a restaurant, they would need a kitchen and they would need.
Okay, should we say average size?
Dining room. Yeah,
I don't want to stay away from absolutes.
Let's say so option to open a high-end restaurant in the store that is of comparable size to the other restaurants in the mall.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
I mean, just let's put average size because I don't.
An average size restaurant with no other context.
Yeah.
What is
we
an
can
average
leave it
size
out.
restaurant?
I mean, I wouldn't know.
Right, me neither.
Yeah, it's just like enough for seating, enough for reception, enough for maybe the waiting area, the kitchen.
I think that it would be a more specific amount to say comparable to the other restaurants in the mall, or even the other high-end restaurants in the mall. I'm trying to think of how mall restaurants are pretty standard-sized restaurants.
Like, think about it this way, okay? You're walking in, and then you're selling perfumes, you're selling high-end clothes, bags, designer stuff. So what you don't want is the restaurant to just be in the middle of that.
So you want to have it off to the side?
Yeah, kind of like it should fit. That's just my general idea.
Right, so I would say have it off to the side of the area
Okay.
in the store, which you can put that in there, that's fine with me.
Option to open a high and is it seafood?
Yeah.
Fish specifically, or is it seafood?
Say seafood, yeah.
Seafood restaurant within its space, provided that it complements the overall brand of Summit and the mall.
Well, that's the high-end part. That, like, the thing is,
Okay.
then we need to figure out
The spacing and the positioning.
the spacing is in size, positioning is in where in the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say put it like either against the back wall
Okay.
or one of the side walls, not the front wall. And I still think the best way to word it is a comparable size to the other restaurants in the mall.
Okay.
That's what I think is the most specific but flexible for us definition of that.
Okay. So I mean, I can just put in Summit has the option to open a high-end seafood restaurant within space, provided. I mean, I can just put in it provided that it does not restrict or impede traffic flow. So it would be in a place that it does not directly stop people. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Or
It
it's
doesn't
not.
get
It's
in the
out of
way.
place. It's not out of place.
Okay, yeah.
Impede. Customer traffic flow. Anything else for use?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty much the restaurant and the boat.
Okay.
And then is the last part just the not having a co-anchor as whatever their name was.
Yeah. I guess I give that away essentially, but it's fine.
Bayside.
Bayside. Future. What was the last thing that we didn't talk about?
It was the are you talking about the like within 10 stores?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean I don't care.
Okay. I mean, future considerations.
If Northview expands to the point where it has a second anchor.
Okay, so I'll say right. Right will guarantee Summit that it will not employ Bayside stores as an anchor in case of an expansion of the mall, but Right will have full discretion after that.
What do you mean?
I can hire anyone else.
Oh.
It's not Bayside.
Otherwise.
Like,
say otherwise, not after that.
Okay.
Because after that, in terms like, he'll be like, oh, what time considerations?
This stores an anchor in case of expansion of the mall, but Right will have full discretion otherwise. Okay.
Did we get everything?
I'd like to think so.
So for the subletting part, do you want to just put in that it is determined by the same vote that is used for use, or did you already do that?
No, I didn't. Can sublet up to 5% of the space to choice of sublettee, subject to approval. Okay, so
Subject to
vote.
the same vote as in the use section.
Subject to vote to same vote as in the use section. So was it 40%? 40%.
And you said who gets 40%?
Yeah, in that section.
Okay, cool. And that'll protect character, mall, and the competition with satellite
Yeah.
tenants. Alright, man.
Think it's good?
I think it's good. Do you want to send it to me? I'll look it over one more time. And then
You want to look it over right now? Just make sure.
Honestly, I kind of want to leave.
Okay. Well, sounds like a deal.
Alright, awesome.
Good work. Took some time, but
Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long.
no problem, dude. Same here. Hopefully we have a lot of material now.
Yeah, we definitely do. Okay. So. See you then.